in oops, no. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And yes, meme, you are a VIP. Admittedly, I don't know how much value that actually has, but it means that whoever is in charge of Classic Tetris League thinks that you are a VIP viewer. So it's quite the honor to be one. Let's see what you can show us in this match. You matched against Cobra. I think when saying Division 1 players are VIP, that does make sense. So what you have done to be an important person is play Tetris well and participating in CTL. So I love that you put the Division 1 players as VIP because it shows a token of appreciation to them. I would love if Twitch allowed you to do custom like badges. Yes, badges they are called. Because then you would properly be able to be like, oh yeah, you're Division 1 or you're Division 1A and stuff like that. And the game is currently 122 against 119, so there's pretty neck and neck between these two in the beginning. Which is just what we expect. Next set was going to meme. Small overtap here of that red S piece. Let's take a look at the prediction, in which I didn't participate, just to be able to end it. And the prediction looks like 10k on meme and 5k on Cobra, where 3 people voted for meme and 2 people voted for Cobra. So I'd say it's pretty neck and neck here between meme and Cobra. And next Slumber and Tetris here for meme. Meme has kinda bits there, but she's not really going for it. Yeah, she is not a funny person. That is a bit of a pun in German, because in German Witz, as in W-I-T-Z, but pronounced the same as V-I-T-S in English, means joke. And as I'm a German, I might do these bad puns. Just means saying that is so funny, she tried as hard as she could not to Witz. You could also see it like that, like she had 3 opportunities or so to do the Witz, and she just was like, no, I'm not gonna do a Witz. Many players nowadays just use the Witz as like a standard tactic to play, but apparently not all of them. Which might make sense, like intentionally going for Witz is not always the correct scenario. And you might waste a long bar, but if you already have one because of whatever reason, just go for it. Yeah, it has worked out for her, so don't pay too much attention to what I'm saying here. Fireworks, it is 329 against 380. Next set was for Cobra, and now got a 3.5 Tetris lead here for Cobra in the beginning. At least in the amount of lines beginning, as we're getting just closer to level 19, still over 40 lines left to go here for at least Cobra. We is now at 92 lines here. Next set is going to Cobra. And also one more going to Cobra now. 400 against 450, a 50,000 point lead here for Cobra. And about 30 lines left to go into level 19. Where we might see the first small struggles here. Or at least harder boards to play. And next set was going to Cobra. And one more for Cobra. I thought I saw a new message in the chat, but no, my brain just saw the message from just Jasmine and was like, oh yeah, that's a new message, but it wasn't. Okay, small route here now of 19 pieces. And next set was going to meme, so the route shouldn't be too long here. And here's now the longbow for Cobra that he was waiting for. So yeah, meme is pretty far ahead in the piece sequence. Next set is now for both of them. And transition for meme at 566. And Cobra at 581, so Cobra will have the transition lead here. 566 it was for meme. For Cobra it could be above 600, and yes. Yes, now the 6 or 5 transition for Cobra. So Cobra, pace-wise, being nicely ahead of meme here. Who, as we established, is currently up 9-0 in games this season. Meaning in theory she should be the favorite against Cobra, who has only won a single game against Dog so far. But in reality, looks like Cobra might actually be the favorite here in this matchup at this day and at this time. It is 727 against 685, but Cobra is behind by about 10 lines. Which, yeah, he is behind by like 2 Tetrises in lines and only Tetris or so in points. Next set is now going to Cobra, and next set is now going to meme. Do about halfway through level 19. Cobra having a bit of cleanup here to do, which has allowed meme, of course, to get a bigger lead. Yeah, Cobra now going for some safety burns here, getting the triple into single. There's no Tetris ready for the next longbar, but had to close the well here, as the well just opened up for the longbar again. Meme also needing to clean up a tiny bit here, is now open again. Waiting for the next longbar as well. And it's still over 1 Tetris lead here for meme. Now over 2 Tetris lead here. And the pace difference that they had earlier is now also essentially non-existent. Because the point difference is also kind of the line difference. Actually, it's a bit in favor of meme. See, a meme should transition into level 29, having a small lead at that point. And max out for meme just happened a bit ago. Cobra is also getting close to his own max out soon. And yeah, meme now soon on level 28. Looks like she is trying to get as many Tetrises until then as possible. So playing the most aggressive Tetris that she can. And yep, here's the next Tetris now to meme. Now going for some bit safer setups. 12.7 or like 1.127 for meme. And Cobra can get 2 more Tetrises. And probably will be a bit behind, yes. About a 60k DT in the transition for meme. Cobra is kinda high, could go for Tetrises if the longbars come. Here's the first longbar to Cobra, Tetris to Cobra. 194 for meme against 1.116 here for Cobra, so yeah. 2 Tetrises and some change DT here for meme. Meme going for the next longbar, waiting for the Tetris. Essentially. And here's the Tetris for meme. Our Cobra hangs a small LPs and gets the OP stuck, nice. Gets the next longbar over, also nice. And yeah, both players here now on level 29, able to go for some Tetrises here and there. Next set is also going to Cobra. Cobra will play 10 lines less and is about 2.5 Tetrises here behind meme, or like 3.5 now, not 2.5. Meaning that he could manage to catch up to Meme. Let's see if he will be able maybe to. I might be able to. Yes, my obvious placement here for Cobra. Pieces go to the left, nice. And to the right as well. Meme in the meantime just staying clean here. And oh, that's a long overhang for Cobra, which means Meme wins the first game. It is now 1-2-0 for Meme. Meme is most likely just gonna finish the game here. She's now level 37 and we only planned at level 39. This means saying Meme in the meantime, also hanging the long bar. Narrator. Okay, let's start the game here. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Also, thanks for using a sensible order and to have the game start. Yeah, there was a ton of stuff that happened on the day, surely. Never trust numbers, Holmes. You should trust numbers, but not always. There's a fine line between never and sometimes. Kingsman saying, well, for Jacob, it's April 1st, 1969. Yeah, exactly. There's too many different time formats. And my favorite thing about time formats is there's an ISO for that. It's the 8601. And there's year, month, date. And no Western country does that. Like, the Western countries were like, oh yeah, that makes sense, let's do it like that, and then nobody's doing it. The only country that I personally know that does it the way the international norm says is Japan. Small fun fact about time stuff. Okay, so now Cobra's currently 40k ahead. So I was saying number one song at that point was Earth song from Michael Jackson. I'm gonna pretend that I know that song. I will admit I don't know much about pop culture in general. And here we now have 143 against 162. Next set was going to Meme. And both persons getting a Tetris here again. Oh, Cobra actually having over 90% Tetris rate here. I think Dog had that early as well, but I just didn't mention it. We're getting 90+% Tetris rate at like 40 lines is pretty good. It's only like a burn in total that he did. Next set is now also for Cobra. And next set is now to Meme. And next is to Cobra. Cobra had 95% Tetris rate. That is pretty insane. Also one more Tetris here to Meme. And one more to Cobra. And Witz for Cobra here. 305 against 321. And Cobra just wants to go for as many Tetrises as possible. And this is now some of the most efficient Tetris that we have seen. Probably the most efficient Tetris of the day actually here on Cobra's side. Cobra's really... He's really just being like, oh yeah, let's take Tetrises, only Tetrises, nothing else. Technically he skipped a Tetris there, but he's surely gonna get the next long bar. Soon, game. Give him a bar, maybe. Could you be so kind, game? Yes, the game is. He burned 2 lines and his Tetris percentage went down by like 2 or 3%. That's how insanely high it was. Next set is now going to Cobra, and Meme is needing to burn a bit here now. Being a bit higher. Now Cobra also getting down to a normal Tetris rate again. Oh, meme. Now you actually burn quite long, which you can see in the Tetris rate. It was earlier at like 80%, now it's down to 60%. And she's down by about 100,000 points here against Cobra. Is now open again, waiting for the next long bar. And at 450,000 points at 96 lines. This is again an impressive game here for Cobra. Next Tetris is going to meme. Next Tetris is going to Cobra, and one more Tetris to meme, and one more Tetris to Cobra. 22 lines left to go, which is 6 Tetrises in theory. In reality, we will see how many will actually be. And Tetris is having a 7 stream streak. I think I saw like a 15 stream streak earlier, so you're not the most loyal person. Well, Mimo getting the next Tetris. It's a simul Tetris even. And next Tetris for Cobra right behind. And level 19 is coming up. Both players having a clean stack here. Which means we should be able to see some nice aggressive 19 gameplay here between Meme and Cobra. Tetris to Meme, Tetris to Cobra. And we can see that Cobra transitions at 618 and 540 for Meme. 618 is a pretty good transition score. And I believe the highest of this stream, so congratulations to Cobra on that. And next up is now to go Cobra again. It is 570 against 674, so just as early, about a 100k lead here for Cobra in this game. Yeah, Cobra in this game, especially at the beginning, he was just on fire. Like the first 50-60 lines that he showed us were crazy efficient. And this now also is pretty efficient. It's just that on 19 you generally started play a bit less efficient as compared to 18. Unless you get crazy good seats, of course. And next set was to Meme. It is now 732 against 784. And both players get a Tetris here. And let's see how their 19 will be, because I'm assuming they will get to 19 in this game. And this is hopefully what will be decided, but Cobra got into a bit of a situation there. Is able to get some nice flat burns here, or like nice skims in general. It's open again, and Tetris now for Meme. Meme overtakes Cobra. Cobra at about 100k lead here, getting into level 19 speeds. And now Meme is in the lead. Cobra is kind of high. Okay, takes the safety burns here. We have a small auto portion of 20 plus pieces. And here's the long bar for both of them. Luckily for the players, wasn't crazy long, and here's the next Tetris to Cobra. Cobra is now in the lead, both at 200 lines, 898 against 908. So a 10k lead it was for Cobra, now up to an 11k lead here. But that is barely anything. We're in level 26 and 27, just 27, 28 left to go here. Until we see level 29, where we have the maximum speed, where the players can still reliably play. And as Chen just pointed out, 69% Tetris rate, hey now. Let's be just say next Tetris to Cobra, wanting to keep that up, the Tetris rate. And next Tetris again. So yeah. Cobra is most likely gonna transition at about a 1 Tetris lead here, maybe a 2 Tetris lead. It was a 1.09 and a 1.02, so both players getting max out here. 2 Tetris lead here now for Cobra. Being a bit high and a bit aggressive here, gets longbar over though, nice. And is now open again. Could get a Tetris if the longbar does come. If the longbar comes. Meme's staying Tetris ready at least, but the longbar doesn't come at all. And this is I mean, it doesn't really cost her points because we're level 29. It's just that it's not good for her nerfs to not get the long bus here. Cobra tops out, most likely if Cobra tops out. So your goal is 1.132, about 30k left to go meme. Which you can just line out, you can play safe and get the Tetris. 1.47 does it, and you manage to get the 2-0 here now. It is now 2-0 for meme. So if you want, you can top out, you have won the game. I just mean the chat saying GG's. Cobra put up a crazy good fight on level 18. Really pulled ahead. On 19 sadly fell behind, and on 29 topped out. Kinda early. And Jungle Raffle, something like that. This is too close to German to me to pronounce in English. Saying GG, go meme. This means saying, okay, who runs the world? Girls. And some GG hearts in the chat. I see meme has quite the big following here. And well deserved. Of course, meme can always finish the games just like any other player when you're already on the super kill screen. Sorry, the kill screen. But yeah, this is it now for me. How much behind is my Restreamed champs? Team in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Let's see if meme can do the sweep. Or if Cobra will be able to prevent the sweep here. And DJ Boro, or DJ Mr. Boro saying, let's go Cobra. Posting some snake emojis as well. Next set was here for meme, and next set is also to Cobra. I mean, I want Cobra to win at least one game in this match. Losing games to... Oh, this is a bit bad. Yeah, cool person versus someone I could comment with, no idea who to cheer for here. Ah, that's a tough call. I would just say cheer for both at that time. Like, you know, cheer for whoever's behind. So now cheer for meme, and if meme is ahead, then cheer for Cobra. That is what I would recommend. And next set was here to meme, so now you would cheer for Cobra, and now you would cheer for meme. That's how I would do it. And next set was to Cobra, and next set was to meme. So both players here looking quite nicely in this game again. And we're also just starting on level 18. We're only like 38 lines deep into 18. There's still a lot left to go on 18, 19, and of course 29. Though I wonder if Cobra will actually be able to show us a lot on 29. We only had one game, I believe, of Cobra where he showed us a deeper run to level 29 today. So I wonder if he can show it again. Because I want him to show it again. But it's not something that we can make him do. And here's now one more Tetris to Cobra and one more Tetris to meme. 245 against 261, meaning less than Tetris lead here now for Cobra. And next Tetris to Cobra, next Tetris to meme. And once again, this is match point, which means if meme wins this, then she will sweep Cobra in this match, which would put her at the top of the leaderboard. It would then be meme, Miles, and Dog. But if she sweeps this, this would also put Cobra kinda low in the rankings. Not at the bottom, just kinda low. And next up is now going to Cobra. 2.5 Tetris difference here between Meme and Cobra. And we can see that we are again having a good 18 here for Cobra. Same as in the last game. Let's see if he can turn into a win this game, or if this time Meme can win again. Well, it's a binary option that I gave. It was either this or that. But in general, many different ways that this can end. And yeah. Yearhawk, now you should cheer for Meme, because Meme is behind in points. Cobra is now having a bit of a situation here, as he needs to clean up the couple of lines here. And let's see how this will end for him point-wise. It's now 406 against 422. Meme is just waiting for the next long bar, gets the long one, it is Tetris for Meme. But Cobra also is Tetris ready, so point-wise it is ended in a neck and neck situation here for Cobra, most likely. Ooh, he couldn't use the long bar here, but he can use the next long one. This 456 against 451, as we get close to the level 19 transition. Next Tetris to Cobra, next Tetris to Meme. Small OP Smith drop here for Meme, meaning this will require a bit of cleanup here on her side. Is open again, as I said, just a bit of cleanup. But that has allowed Cobra to get the lead here. 481 against 519. And Meme is now closed. Needs to clean this up, or like open this up, really clean up, as transition to level 19. I'm gonna keep an eye on her now. She's still kinda high. I mean, it should be openable and then a Tetrisable. Yes, the Tetris to Meme, and yeah. Next Tetris to Meme, and next Tetris to Cobra. And next Tetris readiness to Cobra, which she can turn into one more Tetris. 547 against 599. And Meme gets the Tetris, Cobra is now also Tetris ready. And next Tetris here to Meme. 600 against 604. Just a couple thousand points of difference here between these two players. Tetris is left and right. We are on level 21, so level 19 speed has just started. Which means there's a lot left to go. And of course, after 19 we have 29. And next Tetris is going to Meme. Cobra is setting up for the next duel. Gets a bit higher here. We have the small drought counter ticking. Yeah, we saw that it wasn't too long early on Meme's side. Meme is ahead in lines played and has less points, which does mean that if I say, oh, it's only a 0.75 Tetris difference, it's actually bigger, but now Cobra needs to balance. He got high and is a bit dirtier. Gets nice skims. And as we can see, should be open soon. I mean, just needs one piece. Yes, he is open now. Gets the Tetris into now 816 against 783, having played 2 lines less than Meme and being ahead by about a Tetris in points. Meme has a small hole in her stack and is now open again. Level 26 here for Meme, which means the transition to level 29 is actually quite close. And Meme will need some level 20, actually quite a lot of level 29 play in order to win this game and sweep in this match, just as she has in the last 3 matches. And here's now the next Tetris to Meme into level 27, and next Tetris to Meme again. Next set is Cobra into level 27. It is 900 for Meme against 981 here for Cobra. Next set was going to Cobra, so Cobra is at a max out now. Whereas Meme is still about 100k away from his max out. And we can see Meme now having a couple more holes in the stack. And Cobra being quite high, wants to burn this low before the transition gets the long one Tetris to Cobra. Into a more for Cobra to 30 here into level 19 29 transition here for Cobra Tetris. 954 for Meme against 1.13 for Cobra. Cobra is still in this. He didn't get the longbow over. This most likely is it for Cobra. Let's see. Yes, this is it for Cobra. Cobra comes out and 1.143 is the goal for Meme. 1.143, which is still about 160k, and Cobra saying, "Yay, I collapsed again." That's not when you say yay, but it's just what happens. Oh, Meme going a bit aggressive here. Meme also needs to play a bit aggressive. I'm pretty sure that she can't line this out. So Tetris here and there is gonna help Meme. But it's only 3.5, less than 3.5 Tetrises that she needs to go, and here's now the first Tetris, 84k left to go. And here's the next Tetris to Meme, and now Meme can just line it out, go for singles and go for doubles. She has enough time and enough lines left to go for that. She no longer needs to get any Tetris, she just needs to get 30,000 more points, which is like 30 more lines. Which is like level 37, so it's less than level 37, I know, but it's enough. She can just take it safe and slow, and we can see that happen here now. Going for the triple here, and that has pushed Meme over the threshold to sweep Cobra, which means it is now 3-2-0 for Meme here, and Meme manages to sweep Cobra. Of course, Meme can finish this game, and I think get to level 39 for the first time maybe, but no, going for the last Tetris here. Not getting the Tetris actually. That was quite dangerous. And thanks to Cobra for playing today. And that's it for Meme. Meme tops out to level 39, manages to get to the super kill screen, and we have our win. But in Jog's case, it would only have been a single, but he didn't get the required piece, which would have been the blue J piece or long bar. Now next set was going to Dog. Cobra still most likely wants to clear up the last 3 to 4 lines here. And Kingston St. Dog is undefeated this season, 3-0 and 9-0 in games. Exactly. So Dog is a favorite, or like the favorite here. The only other player who has similar results is Miles. And even Miles has lost like 3 games. No wait, it was me. Meme also has won 9-0 so far in games. So the top players just are pretty strong here, and you could say they're dominant. And maybe Cobra can change Dog being undefeated in this CTL season here in this matchup. So far looks like they are pretty much evenly matched here. Less than a Tetris lead here for Dog, as we are on a bit more than halfway through level 18, and Congress it is 313 against 297, or less than a Tetris. But I was saying, don't count out Cobra, lots of potential. I wouldn't count him out. I'm just saying that, you know, Dog is the favorite here. Tetris for Cobra, Tetris for Dog. And next Tetris to Cobra, and next Tetris to Dog. Like, just because someone is the favorite doesn't mean that they will win. And in many cases you can even say that a favorite does lose, because it's just the nature of time. Where the Tetris time pun doesn't work, because Tetris time is no longer playing. And what I mean is, in many cases, if you're the favorite for a long time, you just will lose. That's how it is. You can't win like 20 games in a row generally. At one point you will meet someone who will be able to defeat you. And maybe that someone is Cobra, as Cobra's now ahead here of Dog. Dog has had to burn here quite a lot. And it's now but a one Tetris lead here for Cobra. 438 against 461. Dog being open again and gets his next Tetris finally, as we're getting close to the level 19 transition. At less than 20 lines left here for both players, about 15 now left to go. And we can see next Tetris going to Cobra. Dog is now open again, and next Tetris also now going to Dog. About 10 lines, and then we will start to finally get into the real action, because 18 shouldn't be an issue here to these players. Maybe, you know, some burning, but not that they are an actual danger. I say that and we still, but essentially never, but we sometimes still see early top outs. Or like even zero clubs. It has been a long time since I've seen a zero club on a high level. Dog transitions at 590 and a 560 and a 578 transition here for Cobra. So Cobra transitions a bit ahead here of Dog. And next set was going to both of them here. The level 19 transition, at least to me, looks like has been clean here. Next set was now to the players as well. And a small under tap here of Cobra's TPs, which worked out quite nicely even. Nearly looked like an intentional placement. And yeah, the 19 transition is now finished, and both players have gotten to level 19 cleanly, even getting a couple of Tetrises here. Which means all that is left is now level 19 and level 29, which of course are faster than level 18, as we can see. Like level 18 is the slow start, where you just play as aggressive as you can and try to push your opponent. Level 19 is where you still play aggressive, but actually need to pay attention to not do any mistakes. And then level 29 is where you essentially want to play safe. You can still go for Tetrises, but on level 29 safety is a bit more important. But who am I to say that? I mean, these players should know. You in the chat should know. But yeah, Dog even taking the time to adjusting something there. Next Tetris now to Dog as well. It is about a 1.5 Tetris lead here for Cobra. And so far this does look like this could go in favor of Cobra. Might be the first game that Dog loses this season, which could be a bit of a mental factor then. Like, yes, we know that Dog is an amazing roller and can play essentially indefinitely on level 29. Yeah, 2.5 Tetrises now behind Cobra. 894 against 974. Next set was going to Dog. Cobra's now open again, had to burn a double there, which has allowed Dog to close the lead a bit. And we can see the next set is here going to Cobra. And in general, this looks like the players are now preparing for level 29 a bit. At least on Dog's side, next set was going to Cobra. Let's see if these players can get 1 or 2 Tetrises before the transition here. They want to try to go for them. We have about a 140k lead here for Cobra. Cobra is now about 5 Tetris ahead of Dog. 952 against 1129. So about a 113 transition here for Cobra and a 98 transition here for Dog. Next Tetris is going to Dog. And this is where Dog starts to shine. Like, Dog just casually goes on for Tetris here level 29. Most players try to go for the safety here, but for Dog, actually Tetrises are pretty safe to go for in many cases. So yeah, let's see how well Cobra can put up a fight here against Dog. Dog is now being quite high though. He gets nice burns here, he doesn't get the LPs over. Which means that Cobra takes the first game of the season from Dog. Quite unexpected, I might say. 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And Dog has started, Cobra started. Pieces appear to be the same. And Cobra going for a bit of pushdown here in the beginning. When games go up until level 29, pushdown generally doesn't matter. But as I said earlier, sometimes seeds can be really bad and you just tap out early, like both of you. And rarely we even see players being at the same points, you know, like 100, 200 lines deep. Next set was here for both players at a 69 against 69, so double nice. A small lead here for Cobra on points as he's played a single more. But that lead in lines due to burns can oftentimes lead into a point deficit down the line, as you just can't play as efficient as the opponent. Here's now the next set was to Dog, and Cobra needed to take a single there only due to the nice flat burn. But now it's up to a couple more lines here for Cobra. Is open again. And here's next long one, Tetris 2, Cobra. 160 against 142. And we can see Dog going for the next Tetris here. But we have a small drought coming up, barely worth noticing. I personally still find it interesting that like a 14-piece sequence without a long burst is a drought, because you just have them so often that you're pretty used to them. Which doesn't mean that they can't be bad, I'm just like, hit them like all the time on NES Tetris. I know that it is because of how modern Tetris works and the 7-back, but still. Sometimes I see this 14-piece drought and I'm like, oh yeah, that was a drought actually. Yeah, we can now have about a less than Tetris lead here for Dog. 278 against 259, or less than 20k difference here. And Cobra just got a long bar, and therefore is the lead here. And next Tetris now going to Dog. It is neck and neck, or insert whatever joke you want to do about dogs and snakes. And here's now the next Tetris going to Dog. Here this 18 is, as we are used to, pretty efficient. Dog currently looking like he wants to transition at a Cobra as well, of course. Like they want to transition at around a 650k, which would be, I believe, the highest transition we've had today. The second highest was a 637. No, the currently highest is a 637. So 650k would be the highest, by quite a lot. Now we have about a 40-piece drought. Yeah, 40 now at Dog's side. Here's the Tetris now for Dog. And Cobra is still a couple of pieces away from that long bar. Actually, behind by quite a lot in the piece sequence here. There was like a 15-piece difference, I think, in when long bar comes. And Cobra is cleaning this up while Dog is just going for Tetrises, which has allowed him to get a nearly 3 Tetris lead here. 416 against 358. And yeah, level 18 is also slowly but surely coming to an end, as we are about 30 lines left from the transition. And we have the next drought happening here at 28 pieces, 29 now. The longest we've had here was 40, and it's a 33 piece drought here. So quite the long but deficit style game here. Really not getting many of them. And now here a couple of long bars. I remember when we were like 50 lines ago and it was looking like 320k, 320 at least transition for both players. Not like halfway. And then I was like, oh yeah, 650 is possible. Now we're at about a 500k transition. And then one more 30 plus piece drought. These were so many droughts. Like 3 in total that were 30 plus pieces on level 18. Not the longest droughts that you see, but frequent long droughts. Now Dog needing to burn a bit here in the transition, whereas Cobra's deck is clean. And Dog is getting quite high now. Gets the JPs over to the right side. Left side also a bit here for the safety burns. And one more 40 plus piece drought. These droughts are horrible. Like you see 1, maybe 2 a game normally, and this was like the 4th long drought that we have had this game. And longest in 30 plus. Next set is now going to Cobra. The lead is about 30k here in favor of Dog, so about a Tetris lead here for Dog currently. Next Tetris going to Dog. Cobra is now center already, gets a long one Tetris to Cobra. Didn't get the 5-tap here on that L piece. Which means Cobra now needs to burn a couple of 9s, is open again, waiting for the next long bar. Tetris for Dog in the meantime. And we should see the Tetris for Cobra soon. At least behind in the piece sequence by a bit. Bits for Dog, nicely done. I love it when players see the long bar coming up next and then adjust for bits. And yeah, nice bits, exactly. 697 and a drought for Dog, 664. And also a drought soon here for Cobra. And here's also a small drought for Cobra. So yeah, it's about a 30k lead here for Dog in points. Yeah, this game has had many tiny droughts and long droughts. Like this seed. Which just puts an extra challenge here up for the players, as they not only need to play as aggressive as they can, they also need to show us their survival skills. And Dog kinda misspinning that T-piece here, wanted to go for the T-spin, but yeah. Shouldn't matter too much, he's still ahead by over 60k, just a couple of burns here. Cobra's being kinda high. As you have the next mini drought for Cobra. And he got the number just as I started saying that. Next set is again for Cobra, next set is here for Dog again. 873 against 873 at 2 lines difference. So it is neck and neck between these players here. And we're getting close to the level 29 transition. Dog on level 28, Cobra on level 28, Tetris for Dog now. 946 against 941. Dog having played 5 more lines. And here's now the 983 transition for Dog. Is having a clean stack, 983. Cobra wants the last long one. Tetris here and max out for Cobra. Cobra having a small detail in the transition, but now having a dirty stack. Cobra is currently behind in points. And needs to clean this up. Ooh. Gets the nice flat burns here. But he's not getting dough on the stack really. Okay, now he finally started getting dough on the stack. Left side is a bit high, but should get pieces now easily over. Yeah, he got the O piece, which is not the best piece. One more O piece, again not the best piece here. The dog is getting ahead in points. It's now about a 50k DTF for dog, and Cobra. Yeah, he's not managing to get lower. The hang that light green S piece and a long bra on top, which means dog, you have won this game. It is now 1-1 and you can top out if you want to, or if the game forces you to top out, then of course as well. At the next game in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And the seed is EF, EF, F9. Nearly the whole D, EF, EF, EF. A peach tree saying no. I want the prediction. I have no idea what happened. And instead we should just set a new prediction. Exactly. So feel free to vote for whoever you believe might win this